You're listening to The John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour without Dan Ferris once again this morning. Excited to have him back soon, though.
Me too.
Sounds like he's going to be back real soon. So thank you for everybody just, hanging in there with me. All the boring stuff that I get to do here. No, I got some fun things we're going to talk about, actually. So first thing we're going to do, we did this yesterday, too, from our friends at the Sioux Falls Fun page. This day in Sioux Falls history. I think this stuff is kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about this a while ago when you first came across it.
Yeah, and super nice folks over there. We talked about maybe sharing some of this stuff. And so today, the 26th of January, 1972, was the grand opening of the Holiday Inn City Center downtown Sioux Falls. A lot of folks have probably been in that building, but maybe didn't realize that it is 50 years old today.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
suppose. Great big happy anniversary is in order there. The hotel has been a bedrock for Sioux Falls downtown for half a century now. They were there in downtown Sioux Falls when it was the place to be. And then they were there when it was, not such a great place to be. And now it's back to a great place to be again. So they've been through all that transition. They stayed all the way through all of that.
How fun is that?
They've done some major renovations down there, too.
It's really pretty cool.
And the Holiday Inn City Center has played host to many outstanding and famous Americans who've graced our city. Elvis Presley stayed there not once, twice.
Really?
He had the whole top 3 floors each time that he was there. President George H.W. Bush spoke there at a fundraiser for John Thune. That was back in 2002. Also, the ballroom of choice for proms and formals and themed dances for many people for high school events. So here's to another 50 years and more for the Holiday Inn City Center.
That's pretty cool. I love that.
Again, celebrated their grand opening 50 years ago today. It was January 26th, 1972. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today, Jeffrey Sitcov, is with a group called Doors of Change, and they're hoping to help people that are in a homelessness situation. And Jeffrey, I've got to say, there's a pretty impressive list of celebrities that are working with you on this amazing project.
Well, when you explain to them about the homeless youth issue and that there's 3.5 million homeless kids in America that are on the streets, and most of them have no idea. And then you share with them that the reason they're on the streets is not because they want to be on the streets, but because their parents are so abusive. They're drug addicts, they're alcoholics. If they're LGBTQ plus, they get kicked out on the streets. I mean, these kids do not want to be in the streets. And once they're on the streets, they don't trust anybody, and they don't know how to get off the streets.
So, Jeffrey, tell me, Doors of Change, how long have you been doing this, and how in the world did this thing get started?
I started in 2001, so it's 21 years now. We've been getting homeless youth ages about 17 to 25 off the streets. It came about because I went on an outreach one night just to see how they get kids meet them, develop trust with them, and the experience, John, completely blew my mind. And we've been doing this now for over 21 years, and we've now placed over 2,500 youth in homes, safe homes, and helped over 15,000 youth get resources.
That is amazing. Now, I can see why so many celebrities have stepped up to help, because they say, hey, if I can get the money to Jeffrey, Jeffrey's going to put it to very good use.
It's very hard, John, to trust people today and to trust organizations today. And thank God that Billy Joel was my first big angel that trusted me, and he started signing keyboards. And within 3 or 4 months, Elton John, who they were touring together, heard about it, and he says, I'd be willing to do that also. So having Billy Joel and Elton John in the first 6 months when you start this, saying, listen, this is a good organization, you can trust them, and that really helped tremendously to launch us, so that we've gotten Rolling Stones. B.B. King is one of our biggest helpers over the many, many years. Just Carlos Santana. Chrysler's Natch and Young, many of those people, but also now celebrities such as Lucy Arnaz has been doing a lot of work with me on doing interviews to educate our community about the homeless youth issue. Michelle Learned of the Waltons, we've been very blessed to have Robin Williams when he was alive. Seinfeld, Billy Crystal, Steve Martin have all helped us because they were touched by the homeless youth issue and said, I want to help get these kids out the streets.
You had mentioned Michael Learned, who was a TV mom from the Waltons, but you've got a lot of TV moms on this list, almost every TV mom I can think of.
Well, these women have big hearts. And once they are, again, educated about the issue that is so severe that people usually, you hear about the vets that are homeless, you hear about the families that are homeless, you hear about adults, but you rarely ever hear about youth. And the youth between the age of 17 and 25 are called the TAY youth, transitional age youth. And they're the ones that have the most likelihood to succeed if you get to them and build trust with them because they haven't been on the streets that long, but they're the least funded. And that's why we needed to step in and say, we've got to help these youth, get off the streets and have a better life.
So if somebody listening would like to help, is it best to go to the website doorsofchange.org?
Yes. Go to doorsofchange.org, and doors is plural. And what I tell people is this. Listen, I know it's not easy for a lot of people today financially. However, if you can afford $11 a month minimum, you can be on our Angel team. We actually trademarked the name Angel Team from the California Angels. They let us use the name Angel Team, and we've trademarked it. And so for $11 a month, you can go on a monthly basis. Your funds will be taken out once a month. $11, $18, $50, whatever you can afford. If we have 1,000 people doing that, we're going to be able to help a lot more kids. And by the way, since COVID, we have now seen twice as many kids as we did before COVID. I mean, we're seeing record numbers of youth. We've now housed, this year alone, we went from 161 youth last year, which was a record. This year, we're going to be over 300 youth we've placed in housing. We've never done that before in 21 years.
What a testimony, and I love what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work.
Well, it's an honor to be able to do it, and it's so wonderful when you actually meet these kids, and then you see them 15 years later, and now they're graduating law school. One of our youth who was homeless between the age of 12 and 16, her mom was an alcoholic. Her mom's boyfriend used to beat her up, drag her by her hair, and then started taking her clothes off. And she said, I've got to get out of here. And so at 12 years old, she left the house. Her name is Justine. She's graduating law school next semester. And that's just one of our success stories. When you give these kids a hand up, they really will succeed with just, hard work.
Well, I love that you're there for people like her and many, many more. Doorsofchange.org is the website. Jeffrey, thank you again.
I appreciate it so much, John, you allowing us to get the word out. And thank you for your listeners if they're touched. And when I tell people, if you're touched by this and you don't take action, it's not going to help anybody.
Yeah.
But if you're touched and you take action, whether you give $5, $50, $100 at our website of doorsofchange.org, something, whatever you can do, join the Angel Team. It really, truly will make a difference so we can, again, continue to get more kids off the streets, and with hard work, they have a life they can be proud of.
Again, the website, doorsofchange.org.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for stuff Dan finds interesting, but since Dan's not here, it's time for stuff John finds interesting. And
what do you find interesting, John?
Before I find anything interesting, I also have to give away. It's a Thunder Road Thursday, so got to give away. When I say have to, I mean I get to give away. And when Dan gets back, you know how happy he's going to be. Look over there. What's sitting right in his spot?
All those cards.
Yeah, whole giant stack. Because I've needed to get those picked up for what?
And then you month? Don't. Yeah.
A month
and you were
now?
Frustrating, Dan.
Oh, he was getting really nervous. Like, you keep giving them away like we have them, but we don't have them. I'm like, no, I'll have them. I'll go pick them up. He's like, but we don't have them, John. I'm like, no, we'll get them. Then I went in and picked them up. And yeah, anyway. Going to give away a Thunder Road $25 gift card. you can go and enjoy all of the things they have to offer, which is a lot. They've got a lot to offer. Great place.
The place is awesome.
Yeah, and good food as well. So if you're looking for something for lunch, maybe we'll swing over there for lunch today. It's
That would be
good
cool.
place. Anyway, Thunder Road Thursday winner is Teresa Hagen.
All right, Teresa.
She hasn't won anything in a while, so congratulations to Teresa. If you haven't won anything in a while, today's a good day to sign up. Go to sunnyradio.com, and when you get there, you click on this little button. I'm doing it just so I make sure I tell you what to do for sure. You click on a button at the top of the page at sunnyradio.com. It says, click here, win tickets and other stuff. Win tickets. Click here to win tickets and more. That's what it says.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm reading it right. I clicked the wrong button and closed everything. So, you know what else I closed? The stuff I find interesting. So, but no, if you go to sunnyradio.com, you'll find that. Click here to win tickets and more. And that's what we'll find interesting. I'll click on there and I'll tell you what you can win. So we're all done with our tickets for Night Ranger. Yesterday was our final winner for that. But we do have Res Gen Date Night Comedy. You can win tickets for that. That's Thursday, February the 2nd from 7 to 9 p.m. at Central Church. Ted Cunningham, Paul Harris, very funny guys. I've seen Ted Cunningham a couple of times. I've only seen Paul Harris on videos, but he's a funny dude. So you can enjoy that coming up, and you can register to win right now. And then at the same place, part of the same event that weekend, February 4th, they have the Res Gen Men's Summit. I've been to this. I think I've been to it every year they've done it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have.
And it is just a great event. Ted
if not
Cunningham,
pretty close to it.
John Acuff, Jonathan Evans, Ricky Jenkins, and then Tom Henderson, who we had on the program the other day talking about that event. If you get a chance, that is a great event to go to. And if you go to our website and register to win, if you don't win, you can still click on the button on there, and it'll take you right there to buy tickets. So if you're going, hey, I'm not going to take a chance, go to the same place, and you can click, and it'll take you right to an event page. And then you can also register at that page for Thunder Road Thursdays. And tomorrow, Free Flag Friday, so you can register today.
Nice.
So you'll be all set for that. And then next Wednesday, we'll be maybe doing another oil change from Tire Motive. So we've got them on there as well. We don't do that as often. It's when we don't have other prizes. They're like, yeah, you can give stuff away from time to time. So if you get a chance, get registered. Again, that's what I found interesting because I had something else, but then I closed it when I fumbled with my computer. So
we're just not pros.
You guys miss Dan as much as I do. Looking forward to him coming back. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, January 26th, 2023. Equity markets are bracing for what could be disappointing economic news in the face of rising optimism that inflation has peaked. The data includes the first read of Q4 GDP Thursday and the PCE price index on Friday. Both are expected to reveal underlying economic strength and could come in hotter than expected. In this scenario, the fear of rising interest rates would peak again and likely bring the S&P 500 down. If not, the market may be able to extend the rally that began on the first of the year and end January on an up note. The S&P 500 is a critical juncture. It is above a key channel but below a pivotal resistance level that could continue to cap gains if no other catalysts emerge. The risk that seems to be ignored by many market watchers is that the outlook for S&P 500 earnings is in decline. In this light, the index may move higher in the near term, but any gains are subject to quick reversal as the market bias is still bearish. You can get the inside track at marketbeatminute.com.